it's your girl G coming at you with a quick little video. I wanted to get on here for a couple of months and start talking about this new journey that I've been on. I recently started esthetician school, and I've been doing that for about 2 months and counting. I go 5 days a week for 4 hours a day, so 20 hours a week roughly. But I wanted to talk more about it, wanted to talk about my school briefly, and just life with esthetician school or whatnot. Some people, I'm gonna share this like in some of the groups that I'm in and on my personal Facebook. But basically, an esthetician is defined as a person who is knowledgeable about the nature and appreciation of beauty, especially in art, or a beautician. So to break it down, like in plain context, a lot of people are familiar with cosmetologists or nail techs or whatever. Cosmetologists can do what estheticians do, but basically estheticians do what cosmetologist does without the hair or nails. So we mainly concentrate on skin and skincare. So we're basically studying skin. So you'll find us doing things like facials, makeup. You can be a makeup artist, doing brows, lashes, hair removals. But those are the top services. The number one service that esthetician get overall is like facials, and you can get, advanced or whatever when it comes to things like that. Also, I can add on to some of those things and break it down even more when it comes to facials and skincare services, as far as like microdermabrasion, chemical peels, things like that. I can do a little bit more than that. So basically, some people might be like, why didn't you do like cosmetology or something like that? Because you can do all hair, nails, skin. You can concentrate like on all those things. But a lot of cosmetology program, they focus on the hair. They do facial here and there, but their main focus is hair. But I wanted to learn about skin, and the reason why I wanted to learn about skin is because I am the owner of Gracefully G LLC, which is a business that I started earlier this year, basically specializing in natural hair care, skin care, body care, personal care, all of that type of stuff. So one of the things that I noticed when doing that, a lot of people have questions about ingredients, things like that, and I'm very like knowledgeable, but in order to really get a deep understanding, I wanted to dig deeper, and I always was interested in stuff like makeup a little bit and lashes, stuff like that. I always wanted to learn stuff like that. I wanted to do a cosmetology program initially, but since I'm more familiar with hair and I know like I wanted to do just like mainly natural hair, I steered away from that just because I wanted to focus on the thing that I didn't know much about. And esthetician program give you a lot of that compared to just doing hair. And so yeah, so going to natural hair school is something that I'm thinking about because it's not as long as a normal cosmetology program. I think the cosmetology programs are like 1,200 or 1,500 hours in North Carolina. Don't quote me. And like a natural hair school is probably like 600. Let me just check. I think it's about 600 hours, so it is the same as it is for esthetician program, so not that long. If you go full time, it's about 3 to 4 months, because you can kind of 3 to 4 months, whatever. But if you go part time, like me, it can take 7 months if you just go your normal amount of hours. But it doesn't take like a whole year. And then sometimes some change with some of those programs because if you miss days, all that stuff. So, and then some programs take like 2 years for part-time when it comes to cosmetology school. I'm not going to school some for hair for 2 years. Sorry, but no. I can see doing maybe like, say for instance, I went for a year and then got my license, but went longer for um, like additional training and stuff like that. But um, so I talked about why I want to do the program. So basically, I attended school in North Carolina. And in North Carolina, we are required to have 600 credit hours. I'm not halfway there yet, but I'm getting up there. I'm probably like 200, around 200 hours right now. So I'm getting a little bit closer. But the reason why I chose this school is because it was affordable, and it also had like a unique program. Basically, um, one thing that got my interest about this program, um, just like most hair schools and other beauty schools, you're required to do like hands-on services. Practice on a mannequin, and then maybe you get like clients and working like full salon, full clinic. Excuse me. So basically, I work um, after my core. We can start taking clients. So compared to other schools, you work and you do hair, you get your practice and stuff, but you don't get paid for unless you get like tips or donations, as they may say, because you're a student or whatever, and it's part of practice. So it's okay. It's good to do like free practices, because in the beginning you don't know what you're doing, but at a certain time you're gonna know what you're doing. You're gonna learn. So it's like you're doing like free work kind of in a way, or in your tuitions, like some of these schools, their tuition's like $20,000. But one thing about this program is they break up our payments into weeks. Um, so basically, every week I pay my tuition, but say for instance, I get services for that week. Instead of that money being like going back to the school and just supplies or whatever, those other schools go to, this school allows the credit for our services to be used for our actual tuition. So basically, if you work hard or whatever, you can basically go to school for almost free. I don't say completely free, because your first 4 weeks of school, I was in core and I couldn't touch like clients or anything like that, other than when we was rubricing what we was working on for that week. So yeah, so basically, if you work hard and um, you got what it takes, you can basically go to school for almost free, and that's pretty cool, because a lot of esthetician programs in North Carolina are, I think I've seen some about around 15,000. And some people might think that's not a lot, but considering you can go to cosmetology school for like 20, and then it's like, and you just doing esthetician, and it's half the time. I feel like that's pretty kind of expensive, and I don't have that much money. I don't want to take out any loans. I already have student loans, because I'm still trying to get my bachelor's degree as well, and I'm also and I also didn't like want to do like a school, care for a school, like doing like financial aid and stuff, because I'd rather use my financial aid for my degree program, which is something that's going to take longer than esthetician school. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I chose to go to the school. And also, it is about 20 minutes from my house, so it's not far. It's a newer school, so with that, it's still like in the process of making different changes. So it has its pros, like I said, and it has some cons as well, but overall, it's a good school, great program, and things like that. And I really think the program The way they have it set up is pretty awesome, um, because a lot of people don't have all this money to do this, to do to go to school. That's part of the reason, especially like when you go to school for like skill. Like some people that go cosmetology school, they might already know how to do hair, but they need to get licensed. Or some people, they already doing lashes, even though they're not doing it legally or whatever, but they already know how to do it. They just want to get that license so they can be legit now or whatever. So they're already good at it. They already have a skill. So you can use that skill to make money. But in certain situations, it's like you can't pay your tuition by doing the services. That's something that you're required to do. So with this school providing that and having that is something that I really, really like. Most of the clients, considering I go in the evening time, most of the clients are like people that schedule for me or whatever. We don't get a lot of walk-ins in the night. I think it probably have more in the daytime they do at night. And plus, it's a pandemic going on right now. Fortunately, North Carolina isn't one of those states where you gotta do, what is it? Some states you gotta do like service, something about outside, or you can't use a steamer, or you can't, you have to do a facial with a mask. A facial, your whole face with a mask on. That doesn't really sound practical. Now, if you are someone that does like brows and lashes, that wouldn't be a problem. But if you're someone that's really focused on like skincare, that might be a little issue right there. So fortunately, I'm not in one of those states, but it's also, a little scary because I'm not in one of those states. So it's bittersweet, but yeah. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of what I wanted to talk about. So I guess I could talk a little bit about how the program works. I explained a little bit about tuition, how that's set up. I guess somebody might want to know how much tuition is. My tuition is, let me use a calculator to tell you, give you a more accurate number. It's around like $5,000, and my kit was about $1,000 or $1,200, something like that. I do go to a dermatological partner school, so that's pretty cool because we got some really nice products in our kit, composed to like, compared to like some of the schools I went to. I was like, what products y'all use? They didn't have anything, or they just look like they just use anything. I mean, when you graduate, I might end up using something different, but it's just the simple fact that you want to use something that people maybe heard of, or something that's something that you could take with you outside of school or whatever. So basically, it's also like a complete line of Dermalogica cleanser, toner, full bottle cleanser, full bottle toner, SPF moisturizer, like I believe it was 2 different masks in there. We had our exfoliant, eye treatment cream, whatever, and so a few more items. Oh, our what is it called? The stuff for the extraction, that stuff. And then like the post extraction cream, and the dermatological bookwear, which is really great, which is basically like a detailed guide of like all the products, what it's used for, the ingredients, what's best to go with it and whatnot. So it's pretty good. So those products were, I don't know the exact value of it, but I can do a lookup on it, let y'all guys know. And then we had like our mannequin and like some brushes, but we couldn't use the brushes because they had the wood wooden handles or whatever, so we can practice with it, but not in the real world because it's not something you can wipe clean or whatever. Sponges, a makeup kit, but it wasn't anything nice, I would say, but it did have the makeup kit, so it basically overall provided us what we needed to like take the board. But of course, and then like a big oh, I meant to say scaling gel when I was trying to think of what it was called for the extraction. I don't think we got any massage gel, sponges from them, the face mapping guide, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up to tell y'all exactly what, but it was a nice little kit or whatever. And some nice side products, and we have like the professional products as well. So that's pretty cool. I don't know, you guys. I mean, I don't want to say a whole lot just because I want to do like a series or whatever where I talk about my school, what it's like, or my day at school, what I learned, or whatever. Of course, I gotta go back and tell you guys about my day as it happened due to the fact that I gotten kind of busy and to like where I didn't even like do plan out this video like I said I was gonna do like first day, but I didn't have time to. But it's something that's important to me to share my experience because I want it's important for me to share my experience because I want others to know about this school compared to like those other big schools, or the other programs, or just wanting to know from someone, I don't know, from someone like me or whatever, and what it's like for me and balancing it out, and also with working a job and going working a job and school, working a job, going to school, and like having a small business as well. So it's like this message keep coming up on my phone, so I'm gonna stop right here and check back in. So I'm gonna basically close out this video. I just wanted to talk a little bit roughly. I want to give you guys an opportunity, chance to ask questions, or whatever. I want to give you guys a chance to ask questions or whatever, and for me to just give like an update, part two to this video, especially because I know it needs it. I just wanted to cover some bases so I don't forget because I'm still up. But